Welcome to another edition of Down to the Wire. We've got a young girl here that not many of you have actually seen her face, but if you've been in the barn area, Lauren, I'd like to welcome you. Lauren's a summer student here at Century Downs. She's been on the other side of the camera here, and I wanted to get her on this side of the camera and just have a little chat. How are you today?
Good, thank you for having me, Jackson.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've had some giggles over doing these interviews and that. We've got Northern Titan in behind us. He's kind of one of our favorite club horses, and also he's been good, and he's in to go today, so we'll wish him luck. How come you're here? Let's start with that. I know you're a summer student. You came to Century Downs whenever that was, at the beginning of the meet, but how come?
So I'm taking a Bachelor of Communications majoring in Public Relations at Mount Royal University, and part of our program requires us to do 2 work terms. So I'm here on my first work term. I've been here since May and I'll finish at the end of August. So we're required to do a marketing or communications internship with a company to just get a feel for the real world and get some experience for a portfolio and put it on a resume.
That's been good, and we've really enjoyed having you here. I didn't even realize it was Mount Royal. I meant to ask you that. So what would be the plans? You've done this now. You're going back to school September, I assume, but what happens from here on in?
Yeah, so I go back for a semester in the fall in September, and then I do another work term at a different company, or you can come back to the same one, but I think I'm going to try something new in the winter, and then I'll graduate in November of 2019, and I'm looking for something, I think, in sport and entertainment PR. That's where I've always had a really big interest, so hockey's something I'm really interested in, so maybe in a couple years I'll end up working for a hockey organization or team doing their communications or public relations work.
Oh, wouldn't that be exciting? Now, again, there's so many levels of hockey. I suppose you don't just start and say to the Flames, here I am, how do you like me so far? Is there kind of a process? You might start in a junior town, you might start in just a town period and then work into the big city. Is that kind of the normal gradual route of what you can see?
Yeah, I've been doing a bit of work with community hockey teams over the past 3 years, so that's certainly been a good starting place for me. And then you can either go to a junior level club, or even the WHL is something where a lot of students enter at and then work their way up into possibly the NHL or Hockey Canada.
Wow, isn't that interesting? So I should be doing or listening to the interview here. You're doing it. So why hockey? What is family in hockey? Have you played hockey as a girl, as a child, or how come hockey?
I've always had a strong interest for hockey just through my family. I didn't play hockey because I don't really love the cold, but I really love when I get to watch my brother, and so I found a passion in that, and just working with a bunch of different teams. I really like giving back to the community as well in that regard.
Very cool. And I think Airdrie, were you I know you live in Airdrie now, born and raised in Airdrie?
I was born and raised in Strathmore, Alberta, so just east of here. And there's a bit of farming community out there as well, so I sort of know a little bit about that. And then, I moved to Airdrie a couple years ago with my family.
Okay, the real reason I wanted to do this interview was, what have you learned about, I guess, horse racing, and of course you also work over in the casino, so you get that side. I'm more interested in the horse racing part of it, but what do you think? So here's a new set of eyes, a young person. We want to attract your age group to the races. How can we do that? What have you learned since you've been here? Is it fun? Be honest. Is it too intimidating? Is it no fun? What is horse racing to you as of now, that you've been in it?
Yeah, so it was certainly a little bit intimidating coming here because I didn't really know anything about standardbred racing or horse racing in general. So it's been very eye-opening this semester to learn about standardbred harness racing. And I think one of the biggest things I wish people knew and that we're trying to communicate through these down to the wire interviews is the dedication and care that goes into this sport, and just learning about what all the grooms and all the veterinarians and all the trainers and all the drivers, what they put into horse racing to make it come to life is such an amazing, they have such an amazing work ethic, and nobody knows about that, because you don't get to see this part. You just see them out on the track and what they race. But just watching this back here is really, really cool.
And that's what we have tried to do. There's such a passion. This horse now isn't Northern Titan anymore. He's an animal. You've associated with a horse like that. Now you've met a few of the grooms and different people back here. It's a whole industry, like you say, right from the people that breed the horses to the people that supply hay and feed and all that kind of stuff. So what you see on the racetrack itself is totally different than the industry back here.
Yeah, absolutely. And just making sure that people are aware of what goes on back here, I think, is a really important part. And just showing them the different aspects of horse racing and what you can do, whether it's betting or just watching, or even I worked a lot with the different events that we've been throwing here. And it is truly a family event. You can bring your kids and you can have fun. And we do put on a lot of family-oriented events, like Canada Day and Family Day. So it's really important to let other people know that it is all ages and that they can bring their kids and have fun themselves while they're watching the horse racing, and also for the kids.
For sure, and it's such a passion in this industry. Kay, what about a little bit on the casino side? You talked a little bit about events, but what about the actual day-to-day grind stuff where the seat draws and different things and the non-glamorous part? How about the casino itself?
Yeah, so for the casino and generally for Century Downs, I did a lot of the internal communications. So that's memo writing, announcements, making sure everybody's on the same page for events. That's all really important work to make sure the whole casino is running smoothly. And I loved learning about the different promotions that we get to creatively think of for the casino and make sure that there's always something fresh and exciting, because I think a lot of people think they're just here to bet or gamble or do whatever, but there's actually a lot of different promotions that they can join in on and get a lot of fun out of and win a lot of free things from, which is pretty cool. It's never a bad thing. And
we're all very lucky here. Paul Reineveld, our general manager, does go outside the box, and he lets all of us run outside the box, which is great. So even an event like we had some bad luck this year, the antique cars show and shine, that was a little bad luck, but just anything, or the dog races or anything, he gives us a free line. He says, I can't always put resources toward or money or people, but please let us know what events can be here. Yeah, absolutely. It's been great to work with him as well as the marketing department here to make sure that anything that I brought to the table, any ideas, were always 100% considered, and maybe they didn't come always to fruition, but they were certainly considered, and it was really nice to have a voice at the table as a young person. No, that's good, and Paul is very good that way. You're going to come back and visit? Absolutely, yeah. I'm only 15 minutes away, so come back and watch the races. I'm really excited for the thoroughbred season to start. Unfortunately, I won't be here for it, but I'll definitely come watch as a patron. So, yeah. And again, come to the backside. That's a whole nother level of employment and passion again. So make sure you stop by the backside here. It's unbelievable. I'd say you better walk from the front side, though. There'll be no parking back here either. We're going to do another interview 5 years from now. What is your job title going to be? Again, something probably in hockey, maybe public relations manager, or even just public relations somewhere in hockey. So yeah, that would be good. Well, I very much appreciated you here this summer, and I know you wanted to learn, and there were no dumb questions. There are no dumb questions for anybody that asked them properly and wants to learn from it, and you did. So I certainly appreciate working with you. I wish you all the best of luck. This is Lauren, and this is Down to the Wire once again. Thank you, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, Jackson.